Hey guys, it's Kevin and Frank from Cruising with Wheels, and today...
I don't know why you're making me do this video. I don't want to do this video. I don't want to talk about this.
Well, sometimes you gotta talk about certain things you don't want to talk about.
All right. Roll the intro and we'll talk about this if we have to.
All right, here we go.
So, he's making me talk today about canceling a cruise.
God forbid the unthinkable.
I know.
If you've got to cancel your cruise that you planned.
Now, let me tell you all, Frank and I are not canceling any of our cruises that are coming up. But
God forbid.
I know, but we have in the past had to cancel a cruise or two.
We did, 2 of them, yeah.
We canceled one of our cruises because we bought our new home, and it was going to coincide with when our closing was, when we were moving. Plus the added expense we didn't want to.
We had to cancel a cruise on the NCL Epic, and we had to cancel a cruise, I think, on the NCL Jewel. It was the Jewel or the Dawn?
I think it was the Gem. I think we were going to do a third cruise on the Gem through Canada, New England.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was on the Gem. But then I saw another one on the Jewel after we canceled it, and we were like, "Oh, let's do that," but we didn't end up. I don't know. It was on one of those Jewel classes.
Very sad.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about canceling this cruise.
What do you have to do, and what do you have to know about canceling your cruise? And when do you have to know about it?
Well, I think when we've talked prior, the first thing before you even book your cruise is to familiarize yourself with the cancellation schedules that cruise line has, because every cruise line is a little different.
Yes, they all are.
And some cruises, you can't cancel your cruise. You don't. Well, you can cancel, but you don't get any money back.
Some cruises have a non-refundable deposit attached to them.
Right.
You need to know that before you start handing out your money. When you're booking, whether you're doing it or whether your travel agent is doing it, whoever's doing it, you need to know before you start transferring money on a deposit. If something happens to me and I become ill, my husband and wife becomes ill, and I have to cancel, what happens to that money?
Well, I'm going to talk to that. In most cases, you can't cancel. If you become sick. It all comes down to their schedule, right? Their fee schedule.
Right. Every cruise line has their own cancellation fee schedule.
And their days, something about days.
Right.
But nobody lets you just cancel and get all your money back because you're sick, because you don't want to go, if you're within a certain window.
And it's within some cruise lines are within a couple of days, you can get all your money back. And then it's within 60 days, within 90 days, within, whatever. Then then you're only getting 50% back. And now you're getting closer to sailing. Well, now you're only getting 25% back.
The closer you get to sailing, the more screwed you are.
That's right. That's true. The closer you get to your cruise, the less you're going to get back.
In most cases, though, if you cancel prior to final payment, you'll get most, if not all, of your money back. But it has to be done before final payment on most of the major lines.
And final payment can be, depending on your cruise line,
120 days.
Yeah, 90 days. It depends.
Most of them have switched.
It used to be a standard 90, and now it's sorry, but we want our money even sooner.
And this is why we always suggest travel insurance.
That's right.
Travel insurance, although you think it's expensive, is invaluable to have because it will cover you if some individual that's going on the cruise becomes ill
Right.
and you can't go.
Make sure you get the right travel insurance.
That's right. Check out, we have some videos on how to decide on the right insurance for you and what
Right.
questions to ask. I'll link that above.
I have a travel insurance checklist form on our Cruising with Wheels Facebook page. Just click on photos and check the album of all my travel forms.
Now, did we tell them that some fares, some cruise fares, that some of the lines have different names and levels of cruise fares? I know we weren't going to speak to specifics, but
As an example.
I have two that I'm going to use as an example, and they're up here in the memory bank.
Okay.
So one is Carnival. They have like Easy Saver or Early Saver.
I think it's Early Saver.
And I don't think you get your deposit back if you cancel that.
Totally non-refundable.
And Holland America has two different kinds of fares. And one is cheaper than the other.
Okay.
Okay? Because I was looking the other night for a Holland America cruise as a possibility for us for
So
2019.
is it the cheaper one enticing you to book, but that's the one you can't get your money back?
Correct.
Oh, I knew there was a
The
reason.
cheaper,
They're enticing you in.
Well, and the more expensive. So I'm starting to be a little swayed about Holland America because the more expensive fare, you get a drink package.
Yes.
You get a free specialty
It's
dinner.
a little more inclusive.
Yeah.
So, but again, it goes to
And it's refundable.
You're paying for it somewhere. So if you're paying a higher price for a cruise fare, but you're getting the dinners and the drink package, or you're doing this cruise fare, but it's a lower amount because you're not getting it. Somewhere along the line, you are paying for it. Nothing's free in this world.
So we've gotten to the point where we're going to cancel, right?
Okay, at what point does the sobbing stop and we're able to reach for a phone?
So, yes, we need to now know who to call.
Right.
And we can't tell you that answer.
We don't know who you booked with.
Only you can, because it's going to depend on who you booked with. If you booked with a travel agent, you're going to have to call your travel agent. If you book directly through the cruise line, you'll have to call directly the cruise line.
If you booked it online at home, that's also directly with the cruise line.
Right. Now, after you've made that phone call, you're going to have to make some other phone calls.
Oh, God, yes.
And if you purchase travel insurance and this is because of a medical issue that you have to cancel or a death in the family, God forbid, then your next phone call would be to the travel insurance company and, to get the proper forms that you need to fill out.
Get those wheels going.
You also want to find out what documentation they're going to need so that they can reimburse you.
Right. Maybe they need a note from your doctor.
Yeah.
If if I got sick and then my doctor says, oh, he can't travel. There's no way you're going on a cruise. Do they need a note from my doctor saying I cannot travel?
And 100% of the time, that's what it is.
Usually before money leaves this hand of the cruise line, they want documentation first.
And there's a whole list of other people that you need to call.
You know all that hard work you did in setting up this cruise, where you booked the cruise.
Well, you had to find the cruise.
Well, yeah. You spend days and hours and whatever finding just the right cruise at the right price with the right itinerary.
On the right date.
Yes. That you're taking time off from work, or you're going with your kids on vacation, or whatever. Maybe you booked excursions. You're like, oh, I'm going to all those specialty restaurants. You got it all planned.
So you're going to need to
It's
call.
just as much work to cancel it.
Yeah, you're going to need to call the airlines if you're flying.
Yep.
You're going to have to cancel that. You're going to have to cancel the train if you're taking the train. You're going to have to, any transportation that you might have prearranged, like we do with GroundLink.
A private car service. That has to be canceled.
Your hotel.
Are you going the night before? Right. You got to cancel your hotel. There's so much, and that's why.
You're a house sitter.
Oh yes, like our house sitter calling.
Dog sitter.
Yes, call Angela. Angela, you're not going to have the babies for the week.
But also something that I just popped into my head is you might have to call work.
Right.
And say, gee, I took that 2 weeks off for that Mediterranean cruise I was going to take, but now I'm canceling it, and I could use that extra money. Right?
Right.
So maybe you need to get back on your work schedule.
Yep. And hold off and submit another request for a vacation. But a lot of times, maybe you can't because where I came from as a store manager, I was with my 2 assistants. Then there's the 4th key holders, and we had to coordinate our vacation amongst all of us.
A year in advance.
Right, I'm going here, she's going there, then he's going there, going whatever. If I blow the schedule and say, well, I want to change, to be like, well, it better not interfere with the rest of them, because you might be part of a group. So that could be dicey.
So I know that this sounds like a lot of work, and it is a lot of work, but that is why we believe in a paper trail.
Right.
We believe in names, phone numbers,
confirmation
numbers, as much information that you can gather in one place.
Called?
That's our cruise binder.
That's right. The cruise binder contains all the paperwork, everything that you have worked on to set this up, from the manual worksheets where you're writing down the information and then actually either booking it online or calling it in, whether it's airline, hotel, and you're getting the final computer printout with confirmation numbers. I've got, the date we called, the time we called, who we spoke to, everything. It's all in the cruise binder. So nobody better give us a hard time with, I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't know who you are, and I don't have you in the system, because I've got it all in the cruise binder.
So where can they get these forms from?
Well, most of these forms, again, are on our Facebook page, Cruising with Wheels. Again, click on photos and find the album Travel Forms.
We are also on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. So please follow us there.
And if you're just watching this video on YouTube and you're not a regular subscriber,
what's the matter with you?
What's the matter?
Click that subscribe button.
And next to it, click that bell, and you'll get automatic notifications of our videos when they go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning.
We hope you don't have to cancel any cruise anytime, but we do always want you to travel safe
and cruise often.